What's going on? It's your boy D from DNC Digital,
And yo, what's up? It's your boy Brian D.
and this is a Gym Class Majors podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Gym Class Majors Pod. Brian, what's up, man? It's been a long week.
And it's only Wednesday. That's the crazy part. It's only
That's the
Wednesday.
fucked up part.
It's
Yeah,
Wednesday. I am
we're not even
listen,
halfway through.
anyone that's listening, anyone that's watching, I am extremely exhausted. So I'm sorry for how I look, whatever. But you know what? We are dedicated to bringing you these podcasts, and God damn it, we are gonna give you these podcasts.
So I know that just a change of plans. We have some logistics we need to work out before we get on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and all your lovely podcast platforms. But we
Let
will
me just
be there as
clarify
soon
that.
as we
Hold on
can.
one second. Let me
Yeah,
just
sure,
clarify
sure,
that
sure.
just to be a little bit more specific with the people. We're still waiting on our cover art. All right. I got
Mm.
my boy Sergio, and shout out to Sergio, but fuck you. We're still waiting on Sergio to
Shout
get
out to
our
Sergio.
cover art done. Sergio's from Brazil, by the way, so I'll give him a little bit of leeway here. Sergio from Brazil, shout outs to you, but we need the cover art. I am not comfortable starting without the cover art. It's going to be epic. It's going to be great, and wait on it, guys. But it's coming.
It'll be worth the wait, definitely. It'll be worth the
Absolutely,
wait. But
absolutely.
so I've been quarantining because
Why?
little one is sick. So just to make sure that everything's all right, everybody's good.
Of course.
Little one is feeling better, thankfully, but thankfully
Mhm.
the symptoms weren't even bad. So I've been stuck at home, but thankfully my job allows me to work at home.
That's
So I
great.
just been doing that. But I've been reading some funny shit. Dude, I need to start with this. Two words. Ladies, help me out. Ladies in the comments. I don't have this experience. We may have this experience, so it's kind of funny. Labia cleavage. Let me say that one more time.
Please do. I don't think they heard you.
Labia cleavage.
Cleavage. Yeah. Expound, please. What
Cleavage
is that?
of the labes. Yo,
What does that
dude,
mean?
I'd feel bad if I Google it because it's gonna be on my history, but um so apparently uh women who wear bikinis,
Okay.
uh I don't know what the positioning is, but apparently not only does it give you like camel toe, but I guess it can camel toe be considered labia cleavage? Oh, but cleavage is when it comes out, so maybe not covering it enough and some of the sides come out.
Oh, okay. So anyone that's listening, we really don't go over. We don't have like a pre-production like sit
No,
down
we
or anything
don't.
like that. We just
No,
like shoot shit at each other, right?
this is gym class.
So I had no idea where he was going with this, and I didn't know what the fuck what is it called, the labia
Labia
cleavage.
cleavage.
Yeah,
Get it right.
had no idea what the fuck that was. But now that you mentioned it, it's kind of like a thing. Now that you mention it, like if you
Is it
just,
a thing?
I mean, it is. If you go on Instagram and you go down your explore page, I'm pretty sure at like
Oh shit, they got pictures.
five five out of every 15 pictures, you're gonna see some type of labia cleavage. So what made you like bring that up? Like why is that
I mean, not for nothing, it showed up on my feed. I don't know why. I don't know why it showed up on my feed, but it did. And then I asked boss lady, I was like, "What do you think of this?"
and what you
And she's
say?
like, "What the fuck is that?" Because I said, "Hey, boss lady, what do you think of labia cleavage?" And she's like, "The fuck are you talking about?" So I
Exactly.
sat
Just
there.
like me.
I sat her down. We were having a lovely dinner,
This is a sit
and
down.
we
So you were just,
spoke about this.
wait. Let's just clarify a few things. You had to sit her down, and over dinner, you guys talked about the definition of what labia cleavage is.
No, yeah, we were both very curious.
That is it. Ill as
So
dinner.
when you wear clothing that's too tight, fabric rubs against your skin, disrupting the barrier that helps protect your derma from infections. Holy shit. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Oh, dude, they've done studies.
I like
Owen
our
Montgomery,
definition.
MD, chairman of the Department of Gynecology at Drexel University College of Medicine in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Synthetic fabrics, including nylon, rayon, and spandex, can trap moisture, in place, increasing your risk of infection. So there's like infection involved with this.
Sounds like a yeast infection. But anyway,
Yo, there's just so much going on.
I like our definition better, and I'm gonna run with that. Where the women are wearing the bikinis, and this is so wild. This is how we're starting our podcast, by the way. But anyway,
You know how many people just turned this off? You know how many people
yeah,
like
yeah,
press stop?
we're definitely losing. I want to say 15 to 30% of our listeners right now, but it
Big
is what it is.
demographic.
But we're here. We're here. So you're telling me that there is a name for when the vagina is actually is seen through the bikini,
Yeah. So
and
I
it's
guess when I was a kid, when I was in high school,
okay.
I mean, a kid, it's all depends on perspective, right? When I was in high school, we used to call it camel toe, like, but labia cleavage. That makes see cleavage. I'm thinking about when a woman's breasts are, you know, the top is exposed. Like we call that cleavage.
Yeah,
So if it's labia cleavage, does that mean like it shifts and then some of the sides come out?
I'm more curious as to, since you brought this up to your lady, what did she have to say about this? Like, what did she?
She says it can get uncomfortable, but it can't get uncomfortable, but it's the choice of underwear. It's the choice of bikini, right?
So you have to be smart about what type of bikini and what type of underwear that you have.
Yeah, because a lot of women, I mean, we were at the beach when you came to visit, right? A lot of women were
Yeah,
wearing very, very revealing bikinis.
revealing would
So
be revealing is a nice way to put it.
I had to have my back to that like bar.
I saw
Like I
some
couldn't.
labia when I was out there.
I saw some Brian saw some labia
I saw some
cleavage
labia
at the
when I was out
beach.
there. Not even cleavage,
So
just some flat out labia. Good.
so like the thong, like where does it start to open up to cover up the goods? Yeah, because it's revealing the goods from the back, right? I'm just saying, like the man who made the thong, whoever made the thong, because I know damn well I don't know
anyone
if
that's
it was made by
listen,
a woman or a man. Let's find out.
anyone that's
Because if it
listening,
was made for by a man, if it
it,
was made by a man, it's obviously made for a man's consumption visually. If
I
it was made by a woman, it was done for comfort.
maybe anyone that's listening, I apologize. I had no idea this is where we are going to start, but this is where we are. So anyone that's listening, I want you to comment on this. What your ideas or what your uh thoughts are on the labia cleavage. This is still new to me, so
Labia cleavage. No, no.
I'm still trying
To break it
to
all down, I would
grasp
like
what
to
this is.
know by the women in the comments, do you get labia cleavage in the most respectful
And is that
way
like
of
a badge
asking?
of honor? I want to know. Fuck that. I want to know, is this like a badge of honor? Or is it something that, like, when you notice it, you adjust it? Or is it like your girlfriend says, "Ooh, bitch, you got a fucking labia cleavage right now," and you like adjust
Is
it?
it
Or do
no?
you
So
like, or
it's probably like
does your girlfriend go, "Ooh, bitch, you got a labia cleavage," and you just smile like, "Yeah, bitch, I got a labia cleavage."
like, oh yeah, I got labia
Yeah,
cleavage.
yeah. That's what I want to know.
It's like bat wings for guys.
Uh,
I had to explain.
You have to
I
like this.
I had to explain what bat wings were to the guys in the office because
Can
they
you
were they're
listen?
young
Can you
kids.
explain to the people that are listening what bat wings are,
So
please?
bat wings, the gentlemen in out there know what I'm talking about. But bat wings, ladies, is when the side of your balls, not yours, but ours, sides of our balls stick to the insides of our legs. So what we have to do, we have to hit up a yoga pose, which is like the dog taking a piss on the fire hydrant. And when that happens, to separate said ball, the skin stretches out to the point where it looks like bat wings, hence the name bat wings. For anybody that didn't know, because we're learning about labia cleavage today, boys and girls, we we needed
Ladies
to
and
educate on
gentlemen,
bat wings.
this is the
The
Gym
gym
Class
class
Majors
majors
podcast. There you go,
podcast.
ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to the Gym Class Majors podcast.
Let us know in the comments, ladies, in the most respectful way. And I'm not trying to talk about like your goods down there. This can be an epidemic one day. We need to stop this and make sure that you ladies are taken care of and taking care of yourselves. So let us know in the comments. Do you get labia cleavage? And
I'm not trying.
how does one fix that? And is it because of the construction of the bikini or underwear, or is it because you're walking a lot during the day? I don't know how that
I'm
works.
just gonna clear one thing up. I'm not trying to stop shit. If you ladies want to be at a beach and want to show labia cleavage, I'm all for it. I am all for whatever the fuck you ladies want to do because it's gonna make my time at the beach way more enjoyable than just sitting and tanning my black ass. Like, do I need a fucking
You,
tan?
you know how
At
like
least,
when a girl's wearing a bikini, you're hoping for that cheek, the cheek line.
yeah.
So you're gonna hope for some labia line.
This is
Okay,
like, yeah, this is
that's
like that times 10. So it's like, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it.
so. You know what? Because of that, not because of that, but since we're on that subject, I was watching Hall Pass with Boss Lady earlier, right?
Okay.
So you saw Hall Pass?
Great
You've seen
movie.
Hall Pass?
I've seen it a
Great
million
fucking movie.
times. Absolutely great
How
movie.
funny as hell. And then she's the one. She grabs the remote. She goes, "You mind if I put on Hall Pass?" I was like, "What the fuck? What?"
You caught
She's
one.
like,
Now you caught
I
one.
was like, I was like, wait, hold on,
She's a
Hall
real one.
Pass? I mean, we both know Boss Lady's a real one, but she's like, "Yeah, why? Are you surprised?" I was like, "Yeah, because I didn't think you'd be like encouraging that kind of senseless behavior by these two idiots."
But she was totally
But
cool
I
with it the whole time. Like she was cool with
she
the
no no,
movie.
so it sparked conversation, and we enjoyed talking about the different genders and
Okay.
how she asked me questions about men, I ask her questions about women, like, hey, what's labia cleavage? So we were talking, and there was that one scene there was that one scene where a dude was walking with his wife, and he looked at a girl right in front of him, right in
Okay.
front of her, excuse me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she got offended. And then there was a whole conversation about looking at women, and then
Ooh.
we understand each other. She knows men
Okay.
look.
I'm
She
just
knows men
saying
look.
that's a very dangerous territory to be in
It's very dangerous
with your
territory.
girl.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
So she says a lot of men look disrespectfully. And she's been the ones men look at sometimes.
Okay. So
And
wait, wait, before you continue, I need to
yes.
clarify what exactly does that mean? Like looking
So she
disrespectfully.
says that we gawk,
Okay.
that we stare.
So is
And
there
I
like a time
remember,
limit? Is there like a gawk
you see,
time limit?
that's exactly something that I taught a kid who I was working with one time. He was staring at a
Okay.
girl, and I nudged him. And I was like, "Hey, kid, like, be easy. Like, don't look like a creep. You
How
can't just
long
be
is how
staring."
long how long is that time frame? 2 seconds,
I don't
three
know.
seconds?
Nah,
Because
2 seconds is a
I'm
very
gonna be
long
honest
time.
with you right now, like the ones that are actually good at it, we can just get a glance and be fine, and it'll be like
Exactly.
half of a second, and we're good.
No,
I
if
saw
you can
everything that I
see
need
my
to
eyes
see.
right now,
Yeah,
if you can see my eyes, if a girl is standing right there, all I got to
yeah.
do is this.
And you
That's
know
it.
what?
Boom.
And you
Done.
know what? Most women will give you that half a second. That half a
Mhm.
second, maybe a second.
A
They'll
full a
give
full
you that.
second's a full second's kind of it's
Once you
pushing it.
start like drooling over it, that's when you're gonna have to start having a conversation, and then
The
it's gonna get
reason I
weird.
taught him about the glance is because, hey, you look like a creep staring at her for 3 whole seconds, which is a very
Yeah.
long time. Do a lot of glances, all of that time put together equals your stare.
Or just get very creative in your glances. It's like
Mm, hit me with that.
you
Let me
can't
learn
just
about
like
that.
look at it really quick for a long time. But if you take a glance here, have a conversation over here, but then come back and glance at it again. And then if you know what I'm saying, do a little 180 or a 360, come back and on the way, just look at it again. Bro, now you're working. Now
You
you're
are so
working.
talented. You're
Now
so talented that I know you glanced at it, but I didn't even see your
you
eye
can't
look at
even
it.
you can't e- and you can't and even if your girl sees you do this, she can't be mad at it, yo. You're doing it with couth. You're doing it with a little bit of respect. So I kind of
So
understand. I kind of understand,
no,
boss
because
lady.
yeah, there are guys that just stare and they just give guys a bad name. I'm like, hey, you know,
And not only that,
for
and not only
for men, for like grown ass men, if we're
yeah,
looking, it's a compliment. Sweetie, you look good.
yeah,
You're a very pretty girl. You got a great body on you. I mean, I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm glancing. I'm glancing.
yeah.
But on the other side, I told
Okay.
her, I was like, women do the same thing, but it's cute when they do it. Why is it cute when they do it? I
To
remember a
who?
video.
Who thinks that's cute?
So when women look at men,
You think that's cute?
no, no, no. I'm saying it's cute sarcastically.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because no, you know what? And she's like, if a girl looked at you, you'd be all happy. I was like, I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, I honestly don't. I'm with you. I'm not
So
going
wait,
anywhere.
so wait, as in like if you noticed a woman looking at you, you would find that
I'll just be like,
cute?
oh, well, whatever. I mean, that's nah, no, no, not cute. I was saying cute sarcastically, but
No, but I'm saying, you
so
know what? We need to talk about this because honestly,
yeah,
that's bullshit. You should not feel bad for someone thinking or wanting you, even if you are with someone. Like your girl or your significant other should be proud that
not
someone
feeling
else.
bad.
No,
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 no.
no,
Just let
not
me finish.
feeling
Just let me
bad.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Sure, sure.
Just somebody that is from the opposite sex that is interested in you, and then your significant other is, from my perspective, would be
Mhm.
like, you know what? That's cool. At least I have someone that is attractive to other people. Like that's dope to me in a relationship. Like I don't want to be in a relationship where no one can look at you, no one can find you sexy, you can't wear this. Like that's bullshit. I want you to feel as sexy as you want to be, and I want everyone to look at. I hope that every male and female walking down the street looks at you, and then I'm like, yes, that's me.
That's mine.
That's mine.
Give her a smack on the ass. That's mine.
Yep, that's mine.
Yeah, so just to clarify, she doesn't mind people looking. She tells me all the time when we're walking through the mall, I'm a dumbass. I'm oblivious to the shit. So she's like, a lot of people look at you. It's the beard, it's the mustache. I don't know what it is.
It's
But
the beard.
it's the beard.
It's
Oh,
definitely the
by the
beard.
way, by the way,
By the way,
sidebar,
tell them, tell them,
sidebar.
tell them.
The Gym Class Majors podcast would like to thank Can You Handlebar. The lovely people at Can You Handlebar has decided to sponsor the Gym Class Majors podcast, and
We're
we thank them.
sponsored, yo.
We're sponsored, y'all. We got sponsored. So, Jim, excuse me. The Can New Handlebar is an awesome, awesome company where their stuff is 95% natural ingredients and it's all stuff for the fellas for your facial hair. They got beard oil, beard balm, mustache wax. They got dope brushes, little combs. They got cool shirts and hats. Guys, for now, go to canyohandlebar.com, use promo code DNC Digital for 15% off. We're still getting our promo code settled in, but for all our lovely listeners, gentlemen, if you have a beard that you want to keep looking good, go to canyohandlebar.com. But so to clarify, yeah, she doesn't mind, but I told her about a video that I saw
Okay.
that it was a girl at a baseball game and she was zooming in on a baseball player's ass.
Yeah.
Now, you and I both know we're straight men, but those baseball players, they got some shit. They're packing.
Okay.
They are. And it was
Give me a
all the
get.
comments were
Yeah.
cute. All the comments were, oh yeah, that's a sweet ass, or I like to smack that, or a bunch of people just encouraging what she did. And
Okay.
personally, all right, whatever. But the thing is, if I were to do that at a female softball game or a volleyball game, boom, I'm a creep. I'm a
Well,
perv.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't be as encouraged.
honestly, I think it depends on who you're speaking with. Cause like I honestly, right?
Oh, social media, you're
There's
speaking with
no
everybody. They're
difference,
gonna
right?
share
So
that shit,
so
man.
let me just say something. There's no difference from me looking at um, just a stranger's butt female strangers, but and then a woman looking at a man with gray sweatpants walking down the street. Like there's no difference in that. Like that's a thing. Like that's not something that I'm just coming up with out of the blue. Like that's a thing. And women look for it and they gawk or they look. Now, if I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna give you your half a second and your second.
Gray
Once
sweatpants season. It's
I
about to
it,
get chilly,
listen,
ladies,
it's
and
about
we're
to
gonna
get
pull out the
chilly.
sweatpants.
It's about to get chilly, and women, hey, listen, you can size up a dude, go ahead. But I'm counting. I got my
Size them
watch
up.
out. I got my watch out. The timer is on. You got about a half a second before you get that. What the fuck you looking at? That's
No,
coming.
yeah. Hey, what you
Yeah.
look? What? I'm a
What are you
piece of
looking
meat
at?
now? Just because I'm dressed
What
like
are you looking
this?
at? Yeah. What are
Just
you
because
looking
I'm
at?
dressed like this? Boundaries. I need
Yeah.
some boundaries
Yeah.
because
Listen,
you know
I'm
what?
I'm
And
fair.
if
I'm
you tell
fair.
me not to wear the sweatpants, don't tell me what to wear. Do not
Now,
tell me
that's
what
a
to wear.
now that's a better question. So what if you're the one wearing the sweatpants? What if you're the one wearing the sweatpants and your girl was kind of like on the fence about it, but you go out to the mall. You're in the mall, and everywhere you go, you have somebody looking in your crotchal region,
Region.
and they're just like looking. And your girl says something to you. How do you are you gonna like take offense to that? Or you gonna be like, oh baby, just chill out? Like
Hey,
that's
they're
that's
just
kind of
window shopping.
equivalent. That's kind of equivalent to like you letting your girl walk out with like the skimpiest of tops or the highest of skirts. It's kind
True.
of the same thing. It's kind of
True.
tricky. It's kind of tricky
It's
being in a
very tricky
relationship.
because it's a double
Very
standard. I
tricky. Yeah,
want to
it's
wear some
very
sweatpants. They're very
very tricky.
comfortable. But at the same time,
It's
to be
20.
totally honest, I'm
It's
not gonna act like a gangster because I still gotta go home and I don't want to deal with that conversation. So I'm gonna put on some very nice blue jeans.
this is some
Or maybe some
bullshit.
shorts.
No, this is some bullshit. I
You
can't
see, you
even
love
go.
to when we're here, you love to instigate something
Yo,
between me and Boss Lady.
I can't. No, fuck that. I'm all for you and boss lady. I'm talking about myself. I'm pissed off that I can't go out in sweatpants. Now it's a
Why
sin
not?
if
Why
I'm in a
can't you go out?
relationship. I'm just letting you know the times that we're in. If
Mm.
I'm in a relationship, I cannot go out in sweatpants. I've been watching my uncles and the fucking elder men in my family wear sweatpants around the house my entire goddamn life. But now, if I want to wear sweatpants out to be relaxed, I can't even be relaxed. I can't even relax in sweatpants without worrying about my girlfriend feeling insecure. Well, I'm going to get some razors from fucking Walmart.
What if you're single though?
If I'm sick,
If you're single and they're looking,
boy, boy, if I'm single, everywhere. I'm in sweatpants. I'm checking my
it's
mail in
become such a
sweatpants.
stigma. It's become such like a damn like the sweat. If you just say gray sweatpants now and these days
Yeah,
with women
that's what I'm
in this
saying.
society that we're living in now,
That's what I'm saying. You can't
it's
say
like
gray sweatpants and then not think of what we're talking about. Some bullshit.
just seeing the print and everything.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting rolling, um, it's been a few weeks now. Have you gotten a chance to watch the Dave Chappelle stand up on
Yes.
Netflix?
Hell yeah.
And what were your
Hell
thoughts
yeah.
on that? Your initial thoughts on it, and then not only that, but kind of expound on the backlash he's gotten so far.
It was kind of hard for me to watch only as a fan, only because you just anticipate something happening,
Okay.
so it almost doesn't allow you to enjoy it. But I had to watch it again because the first time I'm like, oh, like I was laughing because this shit is hilarious. If you want my final reaction, it's fucking hilarious. And um what he said was very important. What
Okay.
he said, the whole story at the end and how he flipped it on him, like, don't punch down on my people.
Yeah.
It really talks about society and how divided we are, along with those two women that were in the crowd. That If they didn't like the jokes, that's fine that they didn't like the jokes. But
And to be specific, you're talking about the two, and I
it
noticed it
seemed like
as
it was a
well.
mother with her daughter.
It Yeah, it was
Yeah.
noticeable. I saw it as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so my final reaction is that it was fucking hilarious. It was genius. Um he has become such a great storyteller. He takes you along in every detail, and he just throws in jokes when he needs to, but
Yeah,
it's it's just more of a teachable moment
yeah.
because somebody who might be a fan of Dave Chappelle but may be homophobic or may not agree with homosexuality or the trans community can see what he did when it came to Daphne,
Hmm.
where the fact that she was a trans woman was she's just a woman who happens to be a trans woman instead of being a trans woman in his eyes.
So to piggyback off of that, what was your thoughts on the backlash afterwards?
Backlash, I think I'm
Don't
gonna
get
say
us
it was
canceled.
unwarranted. No, no, it's
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna say it was unwarranted.
Why
Um
so?
I do let me just preface all of this with the fact that we here at Gym Class Majors are fucking all inclusive. We don't give a damn. Like, if you're here with love and positivity, that's all we want. So, that being said, everybody in the trans community, I do see the struggle. I do see the hate crimes against some people in your community, and I see that there is still a fight to be fought to make sure that they're seen as equals. But they cannot accomplish that by making somebody else feel less than them. They cannot accomplish that by attacking. They cannot accomplish that by negativity. You're just dampening the image that the hateful people have already labeled you with. Um, the fact that he says gender is a fact, and that's not a conversation we're going to get into, but that upset the community, and they have a right to be upset. Whatever. Everybody has a right to feel whatever they want to feel, but if you don't agree with it, just don't agree with it. There are a lot of people that I'm fans of that have ideas and and they have ideologically or that I do not agree with. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be a fan. I just don't agree with them on this issue. Like when it comes to that table, I can't sit with you there. But I'm gonna watch your movie. I'm gonna laugh at your jokes. Um, but I do feel like it was important, and I like that at the end that he's like, "This is over. I'm not going to talk about you guys until I know that we're both laughing." Because that's not only I'm tired of this shit. That's not only him saying I'm tired of this shit, but that's him saying we just need to learn how to be together
Let me
because
let
we're
me
not going to proceed forward.
let me ask you a question before I give you my reaction to it. And this is something that I heard uh while I was doing some research as to the reactions to the Dave Chappelle stand up. Um, what what would you say if I said to you that in some people's perspective that the trans community want to be considered as equal and they want to be considered as, you know, they want to have the same human rights as everybody else, which they should.
Yeah, sure.
Don't you think that this is a demonstration of that? Like being in a being the topic of a comedy stand up and being laughed at just like every other race and demographic and sexuality and everything else, like isn't that part of the equality? And when you are, and then you say, oh well, no, you can't do that, isn't that sort of like an exclusion? Like you want to be equal but yet we can't talk about you, and if we do, then it's a problem.
Eggshells.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
No,
Because
I totally agree with
I
that.
found that very interesting.
I totally agree with that, and it makes me remember about a Key and Peele skit that they did on Key and Peele, where they did a skit about a veteran who had every damn he had a laundry list of problems when he came back home, and they got in trouble by people that weren't veterans. They were like, "That's offensive to veterans," but veterans came up because this guy in the skit was like quadriplegic, a burn victim, had every damn thing wrong with him. And veterans themselves came and stood up. They're like, "Hey, we want to be part of the joke. Why
Yeah.
are people so sensitive around us? It's okay to laugh. It's okay to talk. If you give me a Hispanic joke, listen, for anybody that knows me, ain't nothing better than a racist joke. And I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but for me, if there's no malice behind it, me and you, I can, I can do a black joke. You can do a Hispanic joke. That
Hmm.
shit is funny. I'm gonna laugh. I want if it's an all-inclusive thing that you're trying to accomplish, then you can't. Okay, so I'm sorry. Just to veer off a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I I I interviewed Ryan Niemiller, who came in third on America's Got Talent.
I
Really
remember. Okay.
funny guy.
Yeah.
Really funny guy. So
Yeah.
I asked him about society and that you can't make a joke about things nowadays, and everybody's very sensitive. And he's like, I don't want people telling me what I can and can't joke about,
Hmm.
but I will not tell people what they can and can't feel
Find
angry about.
offensive. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So there's
yeah.
that. And so that is a conversation that needs to be brought up, that this is a watershed moment, that this is part of being part of society. This is a good, I don't know, like
No, I understand.
it's part
I
of being part of society,
yeah.
but I cannot tell you how to feel. And
Exactly.
I think, and I don't mean to equate it, but
Get there.
when 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 there were demonstrations and protests in
Hmm.
the African American community, and we had this conversation. Sometimes you just get so pissed off, you're gonna fuck shit up, and it comes to the point that I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of this. I'm gonna fuck shit up, and I'm gonna take some people down. Could it be possible that they might be misconstruing this and taking it as a malicious statement, and as a malicious statement toward their community, that they're just angry with all the shit they had to go through? Because I don't want to take away the fights they had to fight and the terrible hate crimes they had to go through. It's possible
But
that they're
then
just
there's
tired of it too.
well, yeah, you have to go through all that. But let not to digress too far off of the subject. But no, I think your point as to the inclusion, basically just piggybacking off of what I said, I totally agree with that. Um my initial thoughts on the stand up, the first 5 to 10 minutes were kind of cringy.
Hmm.
They were kind of rough. They were kind of
I think
rough.
it was trying to get you ready for it.
Yeah, no, they were kind of rough. The space Jews joke, but you can kind of but like you can kind of understand that he was out there ready to push the button. He was ready to push buttons, and that was his goal.
Isn't that
Um,
what comedy does though?
but yeah, so yeah, it definitely is. And again, that's why I kind of found it interesting, the whole conversation about the inclusion thing, because it's like it's meant to engage in these type of conversations and um get people's perspective. And it's I really enjoyed the stand up. I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan. Um my only thing is this, right? So if you didn't like his last 4 or 5 stand-ups, I'm kind of wondering what you expected from this one, because a lot of the backlash was, I started watching it, but then I didn't finish it because he kept punching down or, you know, really just basically shitting on the transgender community.
Hmm.
And my only question is, I can totally see where you're coming from, because that again, the first 5 10 minutes of it was rough,
No, yeah, it was.
but
It was
this wasn't
pretty.
like if he sucker punched you and blindsided you, with the special where he was talking about this,
Hmm.
I could totally understand, like to like the utmost.
Yeah,
But
sure.
this wasn't the first time. Like you know his stance on these topics. So if
Yeah.
you're watching it, what were you expecting? Is my
Hmm.
question. What exactly were you hoping to get from from this? Because listen, I've been watching Dave Chappelle a good part of my life since
Since
I
like
was
Nutty Professor.
since before that. Yeah. So he's not the one to backtrack ever. I've never known him. I don't know this guy from a can of paint, but I know his characteristic traits. And
Sure.
I don't know him to backtrack or to apologize for shit. And not only that, but this was his sixth special on Netflix. And this entire special was a commentary on the backlash he got from his first five, if you really think
Yeah.
about it.
Hmm.
So it's like, what exactly were you expecting? Again, I don't blame you for feeling offended because I can see how some shit could be offensive in there.
Yeah.
1000%. But I'm just curious as to what, and maybe somebody that felt offended can comment, in our comments, what were you expecting? What could he have said short of an apology? Because as we know, he doesn't apologize. This is the guy that walked
No,
away
he doesn't.
from this is the guy that walked away from fortunes because he didn't believe in something and he wouldn't bend the knee, if you will. So I'm just that is what I'm you comedy is art and it's subjective, just like any other art. So I can't
Yeah.
tell you how to feel about it. I can't tell you which way, you can perceive it or take it. Um, it is what it is. I'm just curious as to what you hope to gain from it if you found a problem with it in the past. That's my only question. But
There
I
are two.
liked
There are
it.
two good points that he brought up. When he talked about the woman that kind of say, "I caught you," because you said that my daughter was beautiful. She's transgender, but he she was talking about how it seems like he hates women, and the line always stuck out to me. It said, "Did I follow you to your car and do my set?" Like, no, you have a choice. You can just turn this off.
You don't
You
have
can
to
change the
watch.
channel.
You don't have
You
to watch
don't
him.
have to watch. You're not obligated to
Yeah.
watch. And in all the backlash, just like you said, I cannot tell a person how to feel. I cannot tell a person they can't be offended
Hmm.
because that would be projecting, like saying you this is how that's just a I can't do that. But why was Daphne not addressed in this backlash? Why was she left out? She was part of the trans community. She was a
Yeah.
trans woman.
And
Why was
she
it
was
not
outed. She was attacked
by her own community?
by her own community.
I don't understand that. Why?
I don't honestly, that's not for us to understand though. I don't I will say,
That's fair. That's fair to say.
in
That's fair
being
to say. But I mean, that's something
objective,
that I need. That I wish somebody would help me understand.
yeah, that's not for us to understand. I think when it comes to conversations like this, you have to have a very good grasp of where you stand and where you can and can't. I don't know, just have a very good grasp of or a good awareness of things. That's not for us to understand. You and we would never be able to understand that because we're not part of that community. The same
Right.
way I
Right.
can't ask for a white person to understand my pain
Black
and
struggles. Yeah.
exactly. Or in the same way, you know, I may not be able to understand your struggles.
Hmm.
It's not it that's not our place. Um, but with that being said, you have to understand that, you know, you don't have to subject yourself to it if you don't like it. Again, he's not blindsiding you.
Just like how
He
you
told you how
said.
he felt.
Just like how you said, you need to be aware of everything. I just wish Daphne was brought up in that conversation so that they are aware that he befriended and let her open up a show and did nothing hateful toward her
Mhm.
and set up a trust fund and took care of her and all that stuff. I just wish, I'm sure they're aware of it. I just wish it was brought up in the conversation. And I'm not defending him, but if the awareness is the common denominator of this conversation, then they should be aware of that also.
And I've been seeing this narrative that black people should cancel Dave Chappelle. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, we're not canceling Dave Chappelle. It's never going to happen.
He doesn't give a shit.
And neither do we. Honestly, I don't want to say we I don't want to say I don't want to say we don't give a shit, but again, you should it I hate to bring it here. I hate to bring it here. But
Bring it.
the freedom of speech thing, like if Trump can say whatever he wants and tweets whatever he wants, that should be across the board. And it when it comes to a comedian and comedy, that is their freedom of speech. You
Hmm.
don't have to subscribe to it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to listen to it. It might not be your cup of tea. It's again, it's just like it's a form of art. It's not gonna be for everyone. You feel me? So it's like you don't have to subject yourself. If he's saying something, and again, he's been saying this, this isn't his first backlash over this content.
This
So
isn't
if you
new.
yeah, it's not new. So if you don't
Yeah.
like it, you don't have to subscribe to it. You don't have to watch it. That is the only thing that's confusing to me in this whole backlash thing. That I just don't that part I don't think I can understand. Like if you were
But
waiting
like you
for
said,
like an
if
apology, if you're waiting for an apology, he has the track record that he's not going to apologize to you.
definitely not.
He's gonna stand on it, and he's gonna down that hill before he apologizes. So say your
Somebody
own
else got
discretion.
canceled though.
Who's that?
Somebody got canceled. Somebody got
Who's that?
fired. Raiders coach.
Oh shit. John Gruden. Yes.
That was,
John Gruden.
yeah.
Yeah. And honestly,
So
this kind of
on the other side of the spectrum,
okay.
this was not in a venue where it was presented as a joke. It was not in a venue where it was presented as art.
No
This
joke,
was a
no art.
private conversation.
Yeah. Do you know like the
So
specifics as to what happened here?
not the specifics. I just know some emails were dug up and
Okay.
it got ugly.
Do you know why they were dug up? Which is kind of key here.
I
Do
do
you
not know why. No, I
okay.
don't.
So just a quick backstory to anyone that's listening. So some emails were dug up, and it put the coach for the Los Angeles or the Nevada, I'm sorry, the Nevada or the Las Vegas Raiders, their head coach in a bad light. And the reason why they were brought up is because there is an investigation into the Washington football team's allegations for sexism and racism and a whole bunch of just bad shit. And in the mix of that, a lot of emails were dug up that
Mm,
had to do with John Gruden, who is now the Las Vegas Raiders head coach. At the time, he was a commentator for ESPN.
got it.
And
Okay.
the initial reports were that the emails were some disparaging comments on, I think, um, the NFL Players Union head leader, who was an African American, a black guy, and
Yeah.
it had some comments about his lips. Now, we're not gonna play coy here. We're not gonna play dumb here. We know that that's off limits. I don't
It's
give a
off
fuck.
limits.
It's off limits because there's a stigma to it. There is a stereotype to it. You know what it is, and he knows what it is, right?
That's why he used it.
That's why I used it. But before you comment, let me just get this off really quick.
No, go ahead,
This
bro.
kind
Go
of this
ahead.
kind of correlates with the whole uh Dave Chappelle point in his stand-up. If you were able to stomach the first 5 or 10 minutes, he actually got to a very valid point where he said, why is it okay for something disparaging that happens to a black person can be overlooked or okay, but
Hmm.
once you dive into the gay pool, that's when all bets are off and things need to stop and come to a screeching halt. This is kind of an example of that. So
Okay.
John
So
Gruden,
he wasn't. So it wasn't for the emails that the racism were in.
so yeah, the big lip
Yeah,
email,
yeah, the big lip stuff.
that one was gonna get swept under the rug.
No
He
shit,
was
really?
he was yeah, he was gonna be able to escape with that. He apologized to his
Oh,
team, which is like
80% black.
98%, yeah, 80%. That's like 98% black. He apologized to them, apologized to the league and made his apologies, and we were going to accept that.
Were
But
you?
then personally, no. But
Okay.
in the overall scale of things, it was going to get swept under the rug. And as a community, listen, I don't care what nobody says. The black community is probably the most forgiving community on a planet. So if there is any like lingering racism from on our part, it's kind of warranted because it
If Titus O'Neil
it
can
is.
stand next to Hulk Hogan, so can I.
Anyway, I won't even touch that. So the next set of emails that came out were homophobic. Um, they were talking about women and cheerleaders, and it was just all types of bad. So now that we're talking about the homosexual community, we're talking about women, we're talking about like different races. Now he has to go. Now he has to be canceled and he's gonna get fired. This is exactly what Dave Chappelle was saying in his in his stand up. Like this was the greatest
It's not
example.
trying to say that my fight is more important than yours, but I'm
Graders,
jealous because you are succeeding in your fight. Is that what
yeah.
you know?
It's like you can have something shut down. You can have a head coach that is revered shut down because he spoke about your community. But when he speaks about my community, it's cool. It can be swept under the rug.
We're gonna put out
It,
a statement, an apology
it
statement, and then we're gonna move on.
it's forgiven. It's forgiven. It's forgiven. This is the conversation I actually had in one of my group chats, and I asked the question like, "Why is that okay? Like, why is that cool? It's not."
That's like the anti-Asian hate law or anti-hate crime law that they did.
Came out of
You know,
nowhere, and it
I
came
mean, they
quick.
as
It came out of
deserved and
nowhere, and it
everything.
came
You know,
quick.
because
No,
they
it's
were
deserved.
facing some shit, very deserved. But
Where
now,
where where's our
where's
anti-hate
the
law?
anti-black hate crime?
Where's that?
Mm.
These are just questions that you need to ask yourself in this day and age. Like it's just I don't want to dive too deep in this because we have other topics to get to,
No,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
what's your take on that? Like what is your take on John Gruden and emails coming out though?
Just there's no
Exactly.
place. There's no place for. There's no place for that shit. And like I said, it was not done in a forum setting where it was presented as a joke, as art, and to make people laugh, and you know it would this was done privately,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it would if I did a black joke with you in an email and I got dug up, do I get fired?
Depends on what kind of black joke. I mean, I don't even think like I don't think in this day and age.
But then it's to you. It's not like us talking about somebody else, you know. And the fact is that he did it with malice. Like he meant to make fun of it and hurt like hurt feelings with it. And
I
there's
don't think
no
I
there's
don't
no
think he
place
meant
for
to
that.
hurt feelings. I just thought that it was just him being uncandid and he didn't worry about the ramifications 9 years later. Like, just understand this is like 9 years ago. So it was like
Well,
nine
9 years
years
ago
ago,
we still had Tyrone Biggums and
yeah,
Clayton Bigsby.
9 years ago, he wasn't on an NFL team, so he didn't give a fuck about Roger Goodell, who we also made some disparaging comments about, and he didn't care about who right now is the current NFL commissioner. He didn't give a fuck about that shit.
Who
So,
was the owner of the Clippers too, right?
oh,
The
Sterling,
owner of
right?
the
Sterling.
Sterling?
Uh,
Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, again, these are the conversations that are happening behind closed doors that are not supposed to come to light, and now they are. It's like, do we have a bigger problem here? Which, if you ask me,
I feel like the
yes, we
problem
do.
is in the office's response
I
because
don't.
now that I'm
I'm a
thinking of Sterling,
yeah.
the NBA commissioner that walked in, that was like his first act to get rid of this dude. So could it be an in-office response deal? Could the issue be with the office? And like, damn, I mean, there's just no place for that. Like,
I am a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. I am praying to God that there are
Mr.
no
Jones,
Jerry Jones. You know, Jerry Jones said nigga before.
me and Mrs.
You
Jones,
know, Jerry has
we
used the
got a
N word
thing.
just casually before. You know it. You know it. I haven't seen the pictures of him grabbing on fucking college girls drunk as fuck. That type of guy, he has definitely said the N word before. I'm hoping the guy, because I'll cancel my team. I'll stop
You'll
being
cancel the whole team,
I'll stop being a Cowboys fan. Absolutely.
even if they get him out and they change
He's the
ownership.
owner.
No, they change ownership. They got rid of Sterling, right?
They should have fucking got him out when they had Jason Garrett as the fucking head coach. So, like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
Like,
that's a whole nother
get
thing.
the fuck out of here, bro. They're not, yo. The only way Jerry Jones is getting taken out is in a body bag, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. Almost like Vince McMahon. The
He's gonna go
only
out like a
way,
cowboy.
the only way he's getting taken out is in a body bag, and that's unfortunate. But yeah,
That's unfortunate.
there there are some
This probable racist.
definitely some Jerry Jones emails floating around that he does not want to come to light, and I hope I
Well,
never see him
you know how many coaches and owners like you better delete all those shits right now.
right now.
They all got on the
Right now,
phone with the
I was
secretaries.
listening. I was
They're
listening
giving
to.
out bonuses.
I
They're
don't
giving
know.
out early Christmas presents.
I forgot what I was listening to. They were like when they were talking about John Gruden. They were like, John Gruden was just enjoying his Tuesday night, with the wife, out at a
Watching The
restaurant,
Voice.
eating some steak or some shit like that. And he gets the call, and he was like, "Yo, they got us. Yo, they got us.
They
What do you
found
mean?
out.
What do they got it? The emails. What emails,
They found the
bruh?
bodies.
They found it. They found it,
They
and you're
found the
done.
bodies. What
And
bodies? No, the bodies from 9 years ago. You remember
yeah,
those bodies? The ones you told me to bury.
this is some scary shit. That anything that you said 10 years ago can get you canceled. You gotta be. That's some scary shit, dude. Like,
But 10 years
I'm
ago,
I'm not the same person I was last week.
I was about to say that. 10 years ago, you weren't the same person.
Like, I'm not the same person I was. I'm not trying to give anybody an out or try to give anybody an excuse. I'm not the same person I was, a week ago. And you're trying to dig into my past 10 years ago? Holy shit. No, thank you. Because I probably said some wild
I'm
shit.
good.
Yeah, I probably said some wild shit, drunk as hell, 10 years ago.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I didn't
Yo,
have
dude, have
Twitter 10 years ago.
oh
I'm
no,
glad I
yeah,
did.
no, Twitter's
Yeah,
a
I did.
fucking cesspool.
Yeah,
Twitter is
that's
like
if you
the
notice,
dirty
that's where a lot of people
fucking
are getting
bar.
caught. That's where a lot of people are getting caught on Twitter.
Yeah, because that's where you find out how the wheels turn. On Facebook, on Instagram, you're putting up cool pictures. On Twitter, you just like
Letting loose.
you should you should smell this dude in front of me at Starbucks
Yeah.
right now.
You're just letting loose. Yeah.
Yo, dude, have you seen Squid Game, bro?
Fuck yeah. It's only the most watched
I haven't
TV
even
show.
I haven't even I don't know if it's
Were you being serious?
like
You haven't watched it at all.
I haven't watched it. I don't know if I haven't gotten around to it or if it's like, everybody's fucking
Okay.
watching it.
So I'm a
Kind
firm
of turns me
believer.
off to it.
I'm a firm believer that when something is as big as this show is, you're actively avoiding it because it's everywhere. It's
But
in
there's other
art.
shit to watch.
There isn't
I mean,
though.
I had the Law and Order. Fuck that.
Law and
I
Order. You
love
can.
me some Law and Order.
Well, it's Law and Order though. Is it new?
Yes, it's new
Listen,
every week, bro. Stapler and Benson.
tell me I'm lying. When it's something that it's this big to this like magnitude, you're purposely avoiding it. Like you're actually going out of your way to not watch this because you're
I don't know if
trying
I'm
to be a
purposely
badass. You're
avoiding
trying
it.
to be
I'm
like,
not trying to
I
be.
don't want
You
to be,
see,
I don't want to
no,
be, no, but it
no.
is though. It is. It is. You have everybody and their mother saying how great a show is and that why
I'm
you should.
sure it's. I'm sure it's great.
So then why haven't you watched it? You rather watch Law and Order as opposed
Yes,
to
I'd
something
rather
that
watch Law and Order.
as opposed to a show that in its short time is becoming the most watched show in on Netflix. Do you understand like what that means? I
All right,
think
so
Bridge.
explain it to me. Sell
I
it to
think.
me. What
Okay.
what happens?
All right. So it's pretty dope, right? So
All right,
imagine you doing some fucked up shit in life, right? You're
like
fucked up,
emails,
like emails,
like
right?
some emails, like some old
You
emails.
wrote some bad emails, right?
Right.
But it leaves you broke, right? Because of these bad emails,
Sure.
just this bad situations, it leaves you broke. You
Okay.
have no money, you're struggling, and then just this random person offers you a chance of getting out of debt. And
Random
not
person.
only random person, they offer
Okay.
you a chance of getting out of debt. And in order to, you have to go and join, not join, but yeah, sign up to this game that you know
Okay.
nothing about, right? And then once you do so, the first thing they do is put you in a car and knock you out. First thing.
For,
Now, this is spoilers because, like, you haven't watched it. So, if you want me to sell you this, I'm gonna have to spoil this to you. There's no way I
go
can
ahead.
spoil
I'm,
it
I'm
to
I'm
you.
apparently the only person who
You are
hasn't
literally
fucking
the only
watched it
person on the planet that have not watched the
on
show.
the planet.
On the planet. On the planet. So
All
they
right.
knock you out and they take you
Yeah.
to an undisclosed area, undisclosed place. And by the way, watch it in uh like the Korean accent, but the English dub. Don't or the English subtitles.
Oh, you're talking about subtitles. So
Subtitles, yeah.
watch it in
Watch
the
it
Korean language,
language, but with the English subtitle. Don't do the
uh,
dub over. That shit's whack. Don't do that.
like Train to Busan shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
So they knock you out. You go to an undisclosed, and this is spoilers for anyone that's watching that hasn't watched it. If you're like D, like one of the only people on the planet that haven't watched it,
Turn it off right now.
spoilers right here. So they take you to an undisclosed area, and they explain it to you, like, hey, you know, you're here with these 100 people. You're here to play a game. The winner or winners go home with a large amount of money, basically.
Everybody's in debt. Everybody's in like
Everyone's in the same
financial problems.
situation.
Okay, okay.
Everyone is in debt. They owe money to the bank, the mob,
It's like a
everything,
fucked up Wheel of Fortune.
basically, right?
Nice.
So they think it's just like some regular shit, like some regular game shit, whatever. But the first game is what you've seen the most of was the stop and go
Right, red
game.
light, green light. I heard about that.
Red light,
Yeah,
green
yeah,
light,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's the first game. That's how you get introduced to the show. Is this game,
Okay.
right? It gets
Right.
totally fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. This is where people realize it's real. This is for keeps here. This isn't like you lose and you go home. No, you lose and they put you in a coffin and burn you the fuck up
Yo, what the fuck? So you gotta like it's like come and pay off your debt, but
with
if
your
you
life,
lose, you dead. That's
yeah,
some
with your
fucked up
life,
shit.
with your
This is
life.
a fucked up Wheel of Fortune.
And then
I'm sorry, not Wheel of Fortune. Price is Right. That's what I meant to say.
just the chaos ensues. There's a lot of running stories with it, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of backstories. Um, you got to pay it. And just one thing, if anyone's watching, you have to pay attention because there's a lot of things that may go over your head if you're not paying attention. Um, but I binged it in one day. Like it was that good.
How
Like
many
I
episodes is
binged it.
this?
I think it was nine or 10.
Yo, you know what's crazy that we can binge a whole season, but like when it comes to doing something for an hour and a half, we're like, eh.
No, this see, and I kind of respect this. When something grabs my attention, I'm not easily captivated. I'm
You
not
can't put it down. You
easily
can't put down
yeah,
the book.
I'm not easily entertained. I can be bored with the most like with just mundane shit. But
Hmm.
this caught my it piqued my interest. And once I started it, I could not stop watching it. It was really good.
So do you think it's a like a social commentary? You think there's a message underneath all of this?
Um
Kid, you better like
I've
get your money straight. You better
no,
fucking set up all your finances.
I've heard a few commentaries about it, but I don't believe it. I think if anything, it's just about how um how poor people are and what people would do, kind of almost like a Walking Dead when you're put in a situation where it's either life or death, what you would do to survive type of deal.
Yeah. You
Like
see what you what
I think it's mostly that.
the way you're explaining it, it makes it seem like it's a play on the tears of society. Like because you're in debt and you don't know how to handle your money and you're poor, they're
Mhm.
gonna use you like pawns to a game.
Yeah.
Kind of like how in the Purge they were selling people to kill, and it almost sounds like it's a commentary with tears in society, in the
Yeah.
financial sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, it's almost like just I don't want to give away.
It's like all the rich people's like, come on, let's get a bunch
Yeah,
of broke motherfuckers to shoot and shit.
there you
There's
go.
some fucked up shit.
There you go.
Let's get a
And I
bunch of
didn't
broke
even have to
motherfuckers.
spoil it. Like honestly,
And
that
then
is
we only have to pay
exactly
off. No, fuck that. We get a 100, 500 people like with financial problems, and we promise them
yeah,
financial strength and security. We only
yeah,
have to pay one of them off. We
yeah,
only have to pay off one debt because that's the person that wins.
yeah.
Everybody else we
There
just kill.
there is a like a clause in the contract where everyone can leave alive.
But everybody
Everyone,
has to agree to it.
but everyone has to agree to it.
Everybody has to agree to it. Okay. You see that's another thing. You got one dude, Tom, over there chilling. Like, no, I got 50 grand in the credit card
But
debt.
it's
I'm
a
gonna
no,
stay.
it's not even that. It's like a unanimous, it's a vote. It's a vote.
Hmm.
So if everyone you know, and I this is a little bit of a spoiler. Everyone after the first game, after they realized how real this shit was, they were given the option of continuing or not.
In that situation, would you have left?
It depends because not everybody had the same situation. It depends
Mm.
on what situation I was in. Now, if I was in, let's say, a situation where a family member's life was in jeopardy, I'd probably stay. If it was just me being in debt, I'd probably leave. But everyone's situation is different. That's the whole dynamic, which is interesting about this because everyone's situation is different and they make you invested in everyone's situation. So somebody can be good and do some villainous shit and you understand it. And then someone that's a villain, you could just be like, man, fuck this guy. So it's got a lot of shit going on in it. And then not only that, but then you add in these preschool elementary games that are so elementary
Elementary, yeah, yeah.
and it's life or death.
Like, yo, are we fucking
It's
playing who took the cookies from the cookie
it's
jar right now?
amazing. That show you definitely and if I didn't sell you on that, then I apologize.
But no, no,
But
yeah. So and
that
but
show is really good.
there's relatability in there because shit, bro, when you're in debt and you're just behind and rent's due like
Yeah.
next week,
And
bro,
again, it's
you're
not
like, I
only
got to
that,
do something.
but it's not even that though. It's like sometimes you're not even doing it for yourself. Sometimes you're doing it to get money to help your family that's in a really bad spot, or your wife that's in a really bad spot, or your brother that is in the orphanage or some shit like that. Like
Hmm.
there's just a lot of shit going on at one time that you would do some wild shit for this. And this is not like a couple $1,000s. This is like millions of dollars that we're talking about. It's like change your life and change your family's life type of money. What would
No,
you
the
do for that?
Korean films have been insane. Like Train to Busan, like was another one that I watched in the Korean language and I watched with the English subtitles.
Yeah,
The fucking Ring, remember the Ring?
the
That
ring. Yeah,
originally was from Korea.
yeah.
Yo, bro, like cinematically, that shit is crazy. Um, I I have put myself in a position where I'm paying off this fucking debt consolidation shit when I shouldn't have, but I was desperate at the time. Like
Yep.
I just signed up for it. I'm like, I want to get rid of this debt. Now I'm stuck in this thing for like a year and a half or something. But I
So
can
now
relate. Like,
somebody, so now somebody on the train offers you not only a way to get out of debt, but they're
yeah,
offering you thirty
a
million
buffer.
dollars
Mm,
buffer my
let's
ass,
go. Let's
thirty
go.
million dollar buffer.
Let's
But
go.
now you realize it's life or death. What do you do? 30 mil. 30
Nah,
mil will change it'll change your bloodline.
but it's life or death though. I got people I got to be around for,
It's
man.
blood or is life or death. But 30 million will change your
I can get it.
bloodline.
I can get a job, bro. I'm all right.
So
What
you're
do you do
turning
with 30 million? What do you do with
I
30
just
million,
told you
man?
what. I just told you what. You change the course of your bloodline. So now not only are you changing your life, and not
I'm talking
only
generational wealth.
no, I'm said bloodline. I don't say generation. Generation is like kind of like minuscule. This is bloodline changing. 30 million, 30 mil can change your bloodline. So now not
Like for the
only
next 300 years.
yeah, this is anyone that's even related to you if you make the right moves with this 30 mil. Anyone that even is related to you, their life is
I gotta play
changed.
red light, green light.
If not, you get shot and you're dead.
Yo,
Do you
bro, I
do it?
got people I gotta be around for, man. I can't do that. I can't do
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, this is the
I
fate. But
can't, man.
this is the situation that some
Knowing that I
people.
might not even come out, nah.
I'm just saying, this is the situation that some of these
What
people
would
are
you do?
in. I'd probably do it.
Really?
I probably do it.
We both are parents, man. I can't
Yeah,
do that. I can't.
I
I
understand
can't.
that.
I can't, bro. Nah, not me.
30,
30
50,
million though?
50 mil,
You'd be like,
50
hold on, how
mil,
much?
50 mil. And if I was confident, I'd probably do it.
You do some
I'd
push-ups
probably do
before
it.
you go in. You get pumped up.
Nah, I just would just think that I
What
was
song are
ready
you
for it.
listening to before you go in?
You got the eye of the tiger.
Tiger, it's the
I'm
thrill of the
definitely
fight.
I the tiger, bro. I the
How
tiger.
about
Listen, this is me, right? I go into the main corridor. I'm listening to Eye of the Tiger. I'm punching the nearest person to me, and I'm getting in line. And
it's a
then I'm
it's a tiny Korean girl just holding the bottle of water for you.
punching it right in the face, and then I'm going right in the line. I'm ready.
Jesus. For me, it's probably be no easy way out. Is that the one from Rocky Four
That's Rocky
when he
Four.
gets that's
That's
Rocky.
Rocky Four.
You can't win.
You
Have
can't
you
win.
seen him?
Yeah,
Have you
iconic,
seen him? That's the
iconic.
favorite fucking line. Have you seen him? No, but
But
then
no, I definitely like this show because it definitely puts you in that type of Walking Dead situation where what do you do in this situation? Like some of these people were thinking about killing themselves anyway.
mm.
Some of these people have terminal illnesses anyway.
Oh, so they're on their way out, bro.
Either I'm telling you, like they're so much in debt that they have the banks after them, or you have a mob, like you took a loan or you
You got a
robbed a
price. You got money on
mob,
your head.
you got money
Yeah.
on your head. So it's like these people are in dire situations, and they're offering you a way
Shit.
out to fix that clean, and not only clean that, but make sure you are rich for the rest
So
of
is
your
there going to be
life.
another season, or is that it?
So apparently there is going to be another season. I'm of the listen.
Or with a whole different cast of characters?
I don't need another season personally.
You're done.
I'm
You're good.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
9 episodes.
If they came out with another episode, I'm probably not watching it. Like
Really? Okay.
this is one of those shows where it's good where it is for me. I'm not gonna run to watch another season of it. Like this was good. I got enough backstory. I got enough anticipation for where it could go. I don't need anything else because all it's gonna do is just water it down for me. This was good enough for me. Do you plan on watching
I'll
this?
I do. Excuse
Did
me.
I
I
sell
do.
this good
I
enough
do.
for you to watch it?
You sold it. You sold it. I'll buy the house.
Okay. I'm concerned because I don't want you to feel left out. I kind of want you to see this. This is dope. Like, and I know your thing that you like. You would definitely like this show.
Got it. I'll definitely watch it.
Honestly, I think you and the boss lady should watch it. I think she would like it too.
Um, no, yeah, I'll bring it up, and I'm excuse me. Other people have talked to us about it. Other people have told us, so we'll sit down and we'll watch it. I don't
Yeah.
think we have anything to watch tonight, so we'll sit down and we'll watch it. But I'll definitely talk to you about it next week when we come back with the Gym Class Majors podcast.
Yes, sir.
Um, weekly flower delivery. Who's it going to, Brian?
Ooh. Are we talking about like just anybody, or are we talking about like famous
Oh no, yeah,
people?
anybody.
You know what? If it's gonna be my first flowers that I give out on this podcast, I have to give it to the one, the only Robin Thomas, Mom Dukes.
Mm.
It's been a very, very crazy 2 months, and a lot of moving parts, a lot of things happening. The only person that's been keeping me sane is that woman. And mind you, she's got a lot on her plate as well. So if I were to give anyone some flowers, and honestly, I should probably send her some real flowers too, by the way.
Should, yeah.
Not that you mention it. But if I'm gonna give anybody their flowers, it's gonna be my mom, Robin Thomas. I love you, mom. I hope you're doing well. Even though I just spoke to you yesterday. I love you. And you're getting my flowers this week.
Awesome flower delivery for Miss Robin Thomas. We love you. Hope all is well. That'll do it for us this week, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Why don't you sign off? I'm always signing off.
Yes.
You do the
All
sign
right.
off.
All right. So I'm signing off. So, yes, everybody, stay tuned. Next week, we will be going live with the real podcast. Yes, the Gym Class Majors podcast. I'm Brian D. This is D Vargas. We love you guys. And that's it.
Where can they find you on social media, Brian?
You can find me on everything. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. Same handle. It's BM Davis __ 418. Um, yeah, and you can hit us up here on YouTube. You can hit us up on next week. You can hit us up on any platform. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know about your comments. Again, be careful because I'm gonna tell you to kiss my ass, but
Mm-hmm.
I do still want to hear your comments though. And D, where can they find you at?
DNC Digital on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you guys follow us. Links are in the description, but you can
Yes.
follow us at Gym Class Majors Pod
Yes.
on Twitter and the Instagrams. Everybody, you guys take care of yourselves. Brian
I
Davis,
love
D.
everyone.
Vargas.
Yes. Love everyone. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.